I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Lakeisha Brown. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
It is a beautiful night. A little chilly here in St. Louis, but it's okay. It doesn't stop me. But I am well.
That's great. That's great to hear. Well, tell us which of your talents, Lakeisha, is responsible for us connecting at this time in life.
Well, I do appreciate you connecting with me on LinkedIn, which is where we met, and we're fellow podcasters. So,
Yeah.
yay, yay. I was delighted that you invited me on your show. I mean, it's, how we podcasters are. We like to talk. We like to talk to other people and connect. So, hey, that's how we got connected here today.
There we go. Well, tell us about your podcast, please, Lakeisha.
Yes, my podcast is Escape Normal. It's a baby of mine. It's really about self-care. I'm all about self-care myself personally. So the show is about enabling people, especially women, who's mostly my audience, take action in their pursuit of excellence. That's all what I'm about. So I wanted to gather up a mob, so if you can call it that, of others who want to do the same thing on their own terms and, not feel guilty about it or not judge themselves in the process. So that's what Escape Normal is all about.
Love it, love it, love it. So who did you learn self-confidence from?
Ooh, I'm still learning. It's one of those things I've learned over the years is confidence comes second, action comes first. So I've learned to step out more. And I think that's where some of that confidence comes from. And yeah, I mean, it's confidence comes second in my opinion. So, and it's self-taught. I've learned a lot of things on my own over the years. We don't learn all this stuff in school. So if we don't take the initiative to learn on our own, then we won't get it.
Hmm. So is there someone in your family or friends who executed this type of action that you're speaking of?
Yes. I've cultivated different groups of friends, I would say. Only because I'm interested in a whole bunch of things. I would say I'm multi-passionate. I think a lot of us are. I know you are, just from learning about you and what you've done online. So I have several different groups of friends who all, we all give each other what we need, at any given point in time. And so I have friends who will make sure they check me and say, hey, that's not you. Yeah, you need to go do this action before you can become, better at it and before you become more confident with what you're doing. So, and we do the same for each other. So yes, definitely. Definitely.
That's great to hear. Well, definitely executing does have its challenges. Why will
It's
you continue to repeat these skills in spite of the challenges?
Well, in terms of podcasting in and of itself, I love the medium. I love what we're doing right now, the connecting, the talking with each other. I'm a connection person. It's one of my values as well as one of the ways that I connect with people, especially with talking live to people. So I love it. It's satisfactory to me. I get to, just share. And again, I like to talk. So what better way to do that than with a podcast?
Where's the best place for us to connect with you, Keisha?
Well, I am Uncommon Chick all over the place, uncommonchick.com, and on all social media. That's my name, Uncommon Chick, CHICK. So anybody can reach me on your favorite platform, whichever one you like.
But tell us one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
Ooh, over the last 3 years. That seems like a long time, huh? I can say one of the things I do almost daily. The day or two may go by where I don't, but almost daily I'm reading. I love to read for one. I just, as we become older, we seem to not have as much time, but I really wanted to dedicate myself and just commit to reading more, whether it's a chapter in a book. I usually have a few books on my desk that are, waiting for me to finish. So, it could be fiction, business, personal development, what have you, something fun. I like to scrapbook. It can be a scrapbooking magazine. So every day I feel like learning something new just personally enhances me. And not only me, but the knowledge that I gain, I can also teach someone else.
How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel good. It definitely makes me feel more well-rounded because I am interested in all types of things. I even have psychology books on my desk. So, not just for knowledge's sake, but just for the betterment of my life and for those that are around me. And the fact that I can learn something new, be a self-starter, be a self-motivator, and then also spread that to others who are around me as well.
Yeah, suggest to someone out there that's listening why they should even consider the idea of reading a bit more.
Oh, you don't know how much you learn. Oh my gosh. And it's fun. I mean, you know what? I would tell you this really quickly. I grew up, my mom used to always say the word buku. And I just thought it was BOOCO until I started really reading all types of different books that I learned to spell more. So not only did I become an avid reader, but I also am really good at word games. So I challenge anybody to connect with me on word games. But also because you just learn so much, especially from different cultures, different places I haven't even been that I want to go because of things I've read. It's just awesome. It's just one of those things I challenge people to do more of, regardless of what it is you want to read.
Well, amazing audience. You are hearing it live here from Lakeisha Brown. Again, she is the podcast host of Uncommon Chick. Do check that out. Lakeisha, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water.
Ooh, I love it.
Lakeisha, what is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory is one of me learning to tell time with an owl clock. It was a toy clock, but it was shaped like an owl. And I remember it like it's sitting in front of me right now.
Wow. How old do you think you were?
I was around 4. Yeah, I was around 4. My mom told me I was fascinated with this clock. And I remember turning the dials and, learning what's what in terms of how to tell time forwards and backwards. I don't know why that's my first memory, but it is. It comes up to me all the time.
So how do you see this memory connecting to who you are today?
That's a very interesting question. I would say, and I'm open to interpretation on stuff like this too. I was very young, open to learning, and I think the connection to how I learn now is there, and that may be that tie-in to me being fascinated with this clock, fascinated with learning something new on this device, which is, how I am now as an adult. So I think it started way back when.
That's intriguing. Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind? I love the idea that you are truly the maker of your time and that you get to determine the life you can live, even in executing that confidence in action, or the action first and then the confidence that develops, the action to move that clock the way you need it to be, to fulfill the things that you desire in your life. And then the confidence comes after. And to see you as a child fascinating with just that idea of you just turning that clock and the power of it is pretty intriguing to me.
Oh my, that was nice. I like that. I love it. You eloquently stated that. Yes, I love it.
If we fast forwarded, Lakeisha, to when you were 12 years old, what was your favorite song?
One of my favorite songs back then, and even to this day, Angel, is Computer Love by Zapp and Rogers. Computer Love still is one of my favorites, and I still have it on my playlist. It was an old song I used to skate to. So it was kind of one of those things, you skate with the bow or something like that. On a slow song, you skate backwards. That was one of my things.
I could see you heading down the street. Yeah. Go Lakeisha, go Lakeisha.
Yes. Get it.
Oh, Lakeisha is the ball of the party, folks. Believe me. I heard it from the beginning, just as we started in the pre-conversation. I said, Lakeisha, it's amazing to me what you can tell by the tone of her voice. And she's lived up to it. She's the energy of the party. Well, Keisha, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Lakeisha, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Definitely my niece and nephew.
Are you married?
No, living the single life.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you believe in God?
I do believe in a higher power, yes.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes, several.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
Nah.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yes, especially on the weekend. Get my binge watching time in then.
And what about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Computer, yes, more than 8. I mean, it's where I do my work, so.
Lakeisha, if you had to share with us your own unique great statement, a statement that represents who you are, what would you say that is?
My mantra, I would say, my personal statement is do you boo. Do you boo. And everything in life, do you boo.
Yeah. It's amazing you were fascinated with the word buku, right?
Yes, I love how you connect things.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, Lakeisha, this has been a great pleasure, but before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
You know, one thing that hasn't steered me wrong yet is not being afraid to try new things and experiences. So I highly encourage people, even though it's risky, it's scary, it could be unfamiliar, get out of your comfort zone. You'll never know what goodness you'll find when you do.
Lakeisha Brown, thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.